Hello everyone, welcome back to this yet another new lecture series of ecosystem and biodiversity. Friends, we had started with the idea of understanding the ecosystem, and in the last lecture we have also seen something about the concept of ecosystem with its division and its function as a major unit for the study. Today we are moving forward with this idea of understanding biodiversities so that it makes us understand the further concepts which are well equipped and connected with regards to biodiversity. Now let's understand what is the idea of biodiversity with the very basic definitions today, and then we will start in our further lectures by moving on to understand something about the levels of biodiversity. Further, we will continue with the idea of values of biodiversity. Now, let me clear one thing that when we are calling something about the biodiversities, that means we are in turn getting connected with the idea and ecology of ecosystems. So we are not moving something with only a one particular relevant term, but rather we are getting connected and we are trying to connect ourselves with whole of the system which you can see through this picture. Henceforth, we call it as an ecosystem, and henceforth, we are differing it with the help of the idea and terminology called as biodiversities. So let's start understanding the basic idea about biodiversity, or rather, in some terminologies, it is also termed as diversity. So the term biodiversity refers to something which is in variety of life which is present on the earth. So we have number of life on the earth, like you can see in this picture that we have a number of varieties of life in on the earth. Now what is this variety of life? You can feel over here, you can see over here that this variety of life includes many of the genes of ecosystem. So you don't find one typical kind of living organism or one kind of species for that case, but rather it is a number of species, number of genes which help us to find something about the biodiversities. In short, we can say that biodiversity is nothing else but it includes the term which is also related to a rare term, a threatened term, or an endangered term. That means every kind of living organism. Like we said in the past lecture, maybe this can something be related to the species which are microscopic in nature, or maybe something related to the species which are micro in nature, and that will be called as a biodiversity. The biodiversity also helps us to understand one of the major concept, and that concept is regarding with regards to that of the regions. So totality defined by the living organism will be called as a biodiversity, and this totality means something with regards to the gene species which are present in that particular type of the ecosystem, or maybe I can say that is a region. That will be a study of that particular regional diversity or regional biodiversity. Now, when we are talking something about these diversities or biodiversities, that means we are including something which is in variation to species. That means we are talking something about a level of diversity what we see or what we observe in the system of ecology or ecosystem. And how this term talked about is called as something important about with regards to the genes. So you can see over here that genes, the species and the community, it matters a lot when we talk something about diversities. We will try and understand something about these three levels of systems when we are moving forward with the idea of diversities. At present, let's understand the very concept of genetic level of biodiversity. Now, what do you mean by genetic level of biodiversity can be understood if one has a very clear idea about the concept of genes. Okay. Now, let's see over here what is the idea and concept of genes. So you can see over here in this concept when we talk about the genes, that means we are talking something about the combination of units through which the human or the organism is formed is called as a gene. For example, let me clear it in very simple manner. When we talk something about a very particular kind of a species, that means we are talking something particularly about the genes of that organism. Okay, now that much is clear. The second important concept is understanding what do you mean by a gene. That means if you see in this picture over here, you can find that there is a typical structure being mentioned over here. And this typical structure is nothing else but a structure of nucleic acid, what we refer in short term as the DNA. That means the deoxyribonucleic acid structure through because of which the human or any organism is formed. So it is called as a genetic level of diversity. That means what happens over here is there is a variation in these genes level. Now how the variation takes place in these genes level? You can see that it is made something about a complex of series of elements, and these are called as nucleic acids. That means there is a combination of chemicals. When these chemicals combine together, they form a structure of nucleic acid, and this nucleic acid will be then forming a basic component of the human resource, which will be called as a DNA. What happens in genetic level of diversity is that there is a variation. You find a variation between the individuals of same species. Now let's understand this in a very simple example. For example, when we see something about or when we want to study something about the genetic diversity or genetic level of biodiversities, you can go with the example of yourself itself. Like you people have maybe a younger brother or younger sister or elder brother or elder sister, right? So you are not similar to your parent. That is called as genetic diversity. You are not similar to your brother or your sister also. That is again called as genetic diversity. You can also see that same thing does not occurs when you observe the two twins together. Even though the twins do similarly look similar to each other, they are very much a carbon copy of each other, yet the truth is that the gene level of that system is very different. That means there is a complete variation in the nucleic acids of that particular organism. Even though the twins are very similar, but internal chemical composition is much different. So the physical appearance is only similar. Actually, the chemical compositions of that particular individual seems to be very much different. And when these differences are there in the species, that means a same species. So like I said, you are not similar or you are not like your parent, you are not like your brother or your sister. Rather, how are you? You are completely your own self, and that is called as genetic level of biodiversities. Now, why do these diversity takes place? Of course, like we have explained that these takes place at the level of gene. Okay. So, when we are talking something about the genetic diversity, that means we are talking something about the level of gene. Next, when we are talking something about the genetic diversity, we are also talking something about the very important concept of, that is, chromosome. So gene and chromosome are the important concept which make the human or make the organism, and it also enables or gives the identity to that organism. Henceforth, I said the genetic level of diversity is very important when considered from the point of view of understanding biodiversities. Okay, let's move on to understand a very ideal in a very short pattern something about the alleles. Like I have mentioned in the earlier section also that there is something called as an allele. Okay, so when we are talking something about the allele, it means there is a variation in the entire gene. Okay, this variation in the entire gene is a characteristic feature of every human being. Like you have your own identity because you have your own gene combination. So you might be looking more similar to your parent, one of your parent. Maybe someone is looking similar to that of mother or that of father. Or let's go for a twin. They are completely a carbon copy of each other. But the fact is that they are entirely different because their entire gene segment has a particular characteristic. Okay, so get this point very much clear, that what enables the population or the environment for the selection is this particular concept that your gene, that means your feature, should be very typical, and that is the major part of understanding genetic species. So why to study these things? That means why to study genetic level of variation, why to study species level of variation, then go for community ecosystem. Answer is very clear. If you try to understand something about the genetic diversity, that means we can understand how these genes have been adapted. So if you want to understand something about how you are adapted, how the species is being living in the environment, you have to understand something about the major concept of genes. Lower the diversities in the genetic form, greater will be the problem of loss of that particular species. Now let's understand what this idea means. For example, consider that I've shown you a picture of a crop over here. Okay, the crop is, of course, everyone is having a clear idea of this crop, and the crop is nothing else but a maize crop, that means maca. Now this maize crop is a representation, it's just a typical example representation, does not mean that the maize crop is only having the problem, it is actually the problem with each and every living organism. What does it mean? Suppose consider that you have planted a whole crop of maize. Okay, that means you are continuously cropping, or you are continuously placing, or you are continuously planting only the maize and nothing else in your farm. Now what will happen when this thing takes place? A very problematic situation may occur, and this situation is called as a disease. For example, a particular insect or a particular disease, when comes on the plant, it will of course try to destroy the plant. So this is the basic idea of understanding the disease, that the disease have the capability, or insect have the capability to destroy a particular kind of plant, henceforth they can survive, right? So try to understand that if you plant only a particular kind of plant over here, it will destroy this complete kind of plant. Now this will continue again if you plant the same plant. Okay, so just understand that you are trying to place, or you are trying to plant the same crop again and again, and that process will be called as a monoculture. That means what are you trying to do? You are trying to plant a same plant again and again in your crop, and this will be called as a monoculture. Now what happens when monoculture is there? Very simple idea is that when monoculture takes place, you actually are using the same fertility of the soil. This is the first part. The second part will be, or problematic part will be, the insect. That means insect which is in a which is particular for that particular kind of a crop only, it will attack on the plant directly. Now what will happen when it attacks directly? The complete crop plant will be destroyed. Again you plant the same plant, again the same thing will take place. Again you plant the same plant, again the same thing will take place. And this is the reason huge forest, you can find in the huge forest that the complete system or the complete plant are being destroyed. Reason is because we are looking forward for one species which will survive on another species by the help of the word called as attack. So this is a very systematic idea. You have to understand that for food, the crop will be destroyed with the help of the attack. and when this attack will take place, what will happen? The complete plant will get destroyed. Hence you should have higher diversity. आप में जितनी ज़्यादा diversity होगी, आप उतना ज़्यादा adapt करोगे environment के लिए. अगर आप diversify नहीं होते हो तो आप adapt नहीं कर सकते हो. इसका एक example अगर हम देखें easy way में, तो look for yourself. You have adapted yourself to the different environments, correct? We are trying to adapt ourselves to the different environment. For example, right now in situation, when in pandemic situation, what we people do, we try to adapt ourselves. That means we are creating diversity. अगर हम डाइवर्सिटी क्रिएट नहीं करते, अगर हम अडेप्टेशन क्रिएट नहीं करते हैं, तो ऑफ कोर्स देयर विल बी एन एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ द ह्यूमन सोसाइटी, and henceforth higher diversity should be always there. Now let's understand what do you mean by a second concept called as species diversity. It is a variety of species on the earth. So this picture itself can represent or tell you what I mean to say is species on the earth. Now you can find there are number of different organisms which are present on this system, okay, and this will be called as a species on the earth. That means each animal is having its own characteristic. Let it be a herbivorous, let it be a carnivorous, let it be an omnivorous, but everyone is having its own kind of genes. For example, let's go with again a simple form. Consider that I am talking something about a typical kind of an animal. Let's talk something about this elephant. So when we are talking about this elephant, it is one of the species in this complete animal kingdom or animal society. Okay, so animal society में ये एक animal है, that is elephant, and it is one of the species on the earth. Now this elephant of course will not be similar. That means it will have a different gene compared to that of other elephant, and this will be of course called as genetic variation. So you understand one thing, that जेनेटिक वेरिएशन मीन्स आपको आपकी इंटरनल स्टडी होती है. स्पीशीज वेरिएशन मीन्स आपके साथ में आपके जो सेम स्पीशीज होते हैं, फ्रेंड्स होते हैं, उनकी स्टडी जो होती है, दैट विल बी कॉल्ड एज द स्पीशीज डाइवर्सिटी. Now it refers to something, that means species diversity refers to something, a number of species in that particular region also, particular area also, or particular atmosphere also, or particular ecosystem also, and on an eco. When we talk something about ecosystem, then we are talking something about the earth. So when you are talking something about this system, you have to be very clear in the mind that number of species in per unit will be measured with the help of the idea of the concept called as the greater the species, greater is the richness of that particular species. So greater is the idea or greater is the gene, greater will be your survival chances. And similarly goes with the species also, that greater is the species, greater will be the area of development of that particular species. So when we are talking something about the species diversity, we have a very clear concept in mind that number of species should be more in that particular area of situation. And when we are talking something about genetic, it tells us that diversity should be more. That means you should have a higher diversity. So both the concept tells us that it should be at a high peak level. Now let's try and understand something about the community ecosystems. Okay. Now this is something a very complicated part if you try to look forward from the point of view of understanding an ecosystem and community differently. But if you try and understand with the help of a diagram, it becomes easy that we have gone through it or we are going through it, and henceforth it becomes easy for us. Let's understand basically what do you mean by a community first. So we are well known or having an idea about that we people are living in a natural habitat. Okay, that means we are living in a nature, and we are living in a nature, that means we are a part of ecology. So of course that means we are a part of community. So community in short means a group of organisms when living together in a particular area that will, now this area should be a natural area, okay, so that will be called as a community area. And on this basis, that means when these studies are carried out at different levels, they are characterized as basically formed into that is alpha, then that is beta, and the third one that is gamma. So let's try and understand something about the alpha, beta and gamma part. Alpha part. Now, when we are talking something about the alpha part, we have a very clear idea of understanding the concept that we are talking about a single area. Okay, mark my words what I am saying. We are talking about a single area. That means, for example, consider that I am giving you a single area. Okay, and this single area is having a number of organisms. Okay, now these organisms of course have different genes because no organism is similar. Second important point, they are number of species. That means consider कीजिए कि we are talking something about an area, particular area or particular region. Okay, take your close by region or area. You can find that in your particular area or in your particular region you have something called as difference of the species. Now this different of species means there are number of people, different people living there in one area. Okay, that is called as species variation. Of course, you are living in a family. That means you have your own typical system, you have your own typical gene, and this typical gene means genetic variation. Now let's understand it in a very another form. When there is a study of this particular area or this particular region with difference in the species. So you can find I've given you an example for making it understand. So this is, let's consider one area, okay, and in this area you have number of species like tiger, cheetah, koala, then rhinoceros, bear, squirrel, etc., etc. So I've given you a limited over here because of course its understanding is more important than considering how much varieties are there. So consider that here it can be thousands of varieties and hundreds of varieties. So we just have to understand that when I am studying something about these species, okay, that means when I am trying to understand something about the species of tiger, I am trying to understand something about the species of cheetah or koala or rhinoceros or squirrel. That means what I am trying to do? I am trying to study one particular region. Okay, and when I am trying to study this one particular region, it means I am talking something about the alpha diversity. Okay, got the point clear? So we are talking something about one particular region, and when we study these number of organism in one region, it will be called as an alpha diversity. So alpha diversity का मतलब होता है when you are talking something about particular region, animals in that particular region, it will be called as alpha diversity. Now let's understand something about beta diversity. Now beta diversity is very much similar to that of alpha diversity. The only difference, let's understand with the help of figure only so it becomes easy. So you can find the same picture is being placed over here, but there is a difference in the picture also. If you look at this picture very clearly, you can see that this picture is a very similar picture to that of alpha diversity. Okay, this picture is little different because there is an addition of some of the organisms, so it does not matter. What my major point is to make you understand is that consider this is one region. Okay, so I have taken this region as region 1 and this region as region 2. So I have one region and I have a second region. Now when I am studying only this particular one region, okay, I will call it as alpha. Got the idea? Similarly, if I study only second region, then also I will call it as alpha. So it does not mean that अगर मैंने second region लिया है तो मैं उसे बीटा कहूंगी. No. अगर मैं region 1 स्टडी कर रही हूँ, सिर्फ region 1 स्टडी कर रही हूँ तो मैं उसे अल्फा कहूंगी. अगर मैं सिर्फ region 2 स्टडी कर रही हूँ तो भी मैं उसे अल्फा ही कहूंगी. बट अगर मैं दोनों regions का, see over here I've shown you an arrow, अगर मैं दोनों regions का comparison कर रही हूँ, okay, so if I'm trying to compare region 1 and I'm trying to compare region 2, that means both the regions are compared, and what is being compared? Of course the species in these regions are compared, then it will be called as nothing else but a beta diversity. Got the idea clear? So when we are talking something about alpha, that means I am talking about one region or single solo region and the species in that region. But when I am trying to compare the same region with, now mark over here the word compare is very much important when we are talking about beta diversity. So there should always be comparison between the two regions when we talk about beta diversity, and when there is the when comparison takes place, this comparison will be called as nothing else but a diversity of beta form. Okay. Now beta diversity, if it is clear, you can understand something more about the gamma diversities. The gamma diversity is a higher range of diversities. That means when the diversities of geographical areas is studied, it will be called as the gamma diversity. Now this concept was basically given by R.H. Whitaker, and this concept was not only something related to gamma, he also gave the idea something about the alpha and beta. And according to this person, the idea was that it was something related to formula like gamma is equal to alpha plus beta. That means he said that if you want to study something about the region, that means gamma diversity अगर आपको study करनी है तो आपको क्या करना होगा? You have to study the alpha diversities and you have to study the beta diversities also. That means we have to make it very clear point that gamma is a compilation of alpha and beta. Okay. Let's understand it with the help of an example. So again you can find the same picture being again represented. Okay, but there is a difference. Now don't tell me that there is a difference of animals being presented. This is the basic difference, but what we are more interested in understanding the difference is that we are going to see something about the idea of how to compare this. Okay. Like I said, this is region 1. Okay, now this is region 2 and of course this will be region 3. So got the point clear that we are talking something about the 3 different regions. That means we are having 3 regions right in front of us now. Now let's make this study as gamma. For example, if I am studying region 1, that means only region 1, I am talking about alpha, right? If again I am only talking about region 2, I am talking about alpha. But when I am comparing region 1 and 2, I am talking about nothing else but the idea of beta. Okay? Now let's move further. If I am talking about the region, that is region 1, region 2 and region 3. Okay. लेट्स मेक इट मोर सिंपल। अगर मैं रीजन 2 के बारे में सिर्फ बात करूंगी तो ऑफ कोर्स मैं बात कर रही हूँ रीजन 2 के स्पीशीज के बारे में जो होगा अल्फा। बट सोचिए अगर मैं रीजन 3 के बारे में बात कर रही हूँ तो ऑफ कोर्स मैं बात कर रही हूँ फिर से रिगार्डिंग टू अल्फा। बट अगर मैं रीजन 1, 2 एंड 3 कंपैरिजन नहीं हो रहा है बट क्या हो रहा है, होल सिस्टम का स्टडी हो रहा है। When we are talking something about the study of whole system, that means we are talking about nothing else but a gamma form of system. So make this a very clear idea that when we are talking about the one region, it is alpha. When we are talking or comparing the two region, it is beta. But when we are talking about the entire ecosystem or entire system of animal kingdom, it will be called as a gamma form of system. Okay, so this is something related to the genetic level, species level and community level of diversity. And when you understand or when you have this very much clear idea in your mind with regards to the diversities, you will have the very clear idea about how these diversities work and you have the value of these diversities. So let's make a point that we have understood by a very quick revision. Today we have seen something about what do you mean by biodiversity. It tells about the variety of life, and also we have seen something about the levels of diversities, which explains something about the genetic form of diversity, which means including the study of genes of that particular species. Secondly, it was something related to species diversity, that means it is related to the different variety of species on the earth, on a region, in the region. Now this can be related to the richness of that species also. That means it decides how much variation you can have. If you have a number of variation, your chances for the survival are more, and that is called as the species diversity. And the third part, what importantly we have seen, is community diversity, which explains that if you have a community, want to understand something about the community, it takes place in three forms, and that is called as alpha, beta and gamma. And when it is alpha, that means you are studying one region and the species of that region. If you are trying to compare the two regions, it will be called as the beta form. And if you are trying to continuously study the whole environment without comparing it, okay, so we are trying to study the whole environment, geographical area, and that total landscape and studied will be called as a gamma diversity. So I hope you people have understood this concept. Till the next lecture, see you.